Good morning, I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Welcome to The Balancing Act, your daily morning show. Today, hors d'oeuvre ideas for any occasion that are both tasty and healthy. And advances in natural supplements promise new hope for dogs suffering from arthritis and other ailments. We've got all that, plus all this delicious food and this beautiful company. Yep. Stay with us. They're coming. Hey, welcome back. Danielle and I are joined today by our favorite nutritionist, Dr. Janet Brill. Hi, Dr. Janet. How are you? And one of our favorite producers, Valentina.
Yay, Valentina.
I guess you heard that there was going to be food on the set today.
That's right.
She's not moving.
We are enjoying a table full of delicious hors d'oeuvres. The good folks from Rye Crisp, who've been around for about, 100 years, wanted to give us a tasting of their Northern Rye Crispy Crackers.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so glad they did this because this has really inspired all of us to explore some delicious and healthy appetizer recipes.
That's for sure. They are definitely nutritionist approved, full of all kinds of good things.
And they look so great.
And they do. Aren't they beautiful?
Well, and you know what? I'm running out of appetizer ideas for my friends, so it's time to drop the tortilla chips and get some good nutrition.
The Chex Mix I had at her house last week is just not working.
It's not cutting it.
No.
But I think women, they want to be able to make healthy, nutritious, and delicious appetizers at home.
Well, what's interesting is that you're promoting appetizers, because I always thought that's a way to fill up on bad stuff before the good meal comes, but
But it doesn't have to be bad stuff. It can be really healthy, good, low-calorie stuff, and that would be with Rye Crisps. And all of them come with quite a bit of fiber, 2 to 3 grams of fiber per serving, which is 2 crackers. So if you eat 4 crackers, you're going to get in about 25% of your total daily fiber requirement,
wow,
which is quite a bit.
Close to a quarter of your needs.
And all that for just 60 calories for 2
We also
crackers.
like to have a cosmopolitan
yes.
hors d'oeuvres.
It is
have a
5
real
o'clock
party
somewhere.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. What a treat.
It's a nice little surprise.
It's a great surprise. We like this.
Okay, so we know that this may not be so good for us, but why is fiber good for us, Janet?
Well, actually, Americans need to bump up their fiber intake because we just don't get enough, and it's good for your digestive system, it's good for preventing heart disease, but not only that, it's good for weight control. The best thing that you could do is eat a high-fiber diet because it fills you up.
You know what I like about this, though, is that your guests really won't necessarily know they're eating healthy. You can impress them. You can put this out there, impress them. Everybody's eating healthy, and you've got some great stuff as well.
Okay, I've got the natural Rye Crisp crackers, and what did we put on here?
Well, I believe there's cranberries,
which is
great. Okay, already start off. Go ahead. Again,
cranberries,
brie cheese, and I think there's some pistachio nuts. Nuts are a real healthy snack.
Crunchy.
Crunchy. Gotta have the crunch. What do you have there, Wendy?
The seasoned crackers, it looks like they've got a little cream cheese on the bottom, but a salad on top. What's that?
That's beets, which are incredibly healthy, low-calorie, beautiful food filled with antioxidants.
Low calorie, yet they taste so sweet. I love beets.
Yes. This one has salmon. We all know that salmon is incredibly nutritious. It's filled with that really healthy omega-3 fat. So again, another relatively low-calorie appetizer that's delicious, filled with fiber.
And the other thing is we need to kind of balance our carbs and our proteins together as well, right? In any meal we have.
That's true. I think people need to know that carbs are not fattening. It's too many calories is what's fattening, and that carbs are actually the basis of a good, healthy diet. So we want to eat the good carbs,
especially
the whole grain,
like these Rye Crisp crackers.
Whole grain carbs
is that
are
a
where it's
bruschetta,
at.
Danielle? Is
This is their sesame cracker, Rye Crisp sesame cracker, and I think I've got some sun-dried tomatoes here, some basil, and
really
I don't know if it's cream cheese. I think it's cream cheese at the bottom.
I think it's a light spread, but again, the tomatoes, a beautiful, beautiful, heart-healthy appetizer.
Cabbage.
Uh-oh, we've got something else coming in here.
Look at this.
Those are the multigrain, right?
This is a new one, the Rye Crisp Multigrain. And what's on this one? Do we know? This looks
Yes,
great.
I think that's red cabbage, and a cruciferous vegetable, which is anti-cancer. Very, very good. But one thing you need to know about these new, the new multigrain is that they have an extra gram of whole grain. So instead of 12, they have 13 grams per serving, which is a lot.
Wow.
And that's really excellent. Just 2 crackers.
I know you didn't write down every one of those recipes. You can always go to thebalancingact.com and get these great recipe ideas, rye crisp crackers, along with lots of other good healthy recipes. And ladies, you're going to help me finish these off, right? Before we
Without
go?
a doubt.
All right. Thanks again for being with us, Dr. Janet Brill. And Valentina, what a
Thank you.
pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Valentina.
Hey, before we go, do you love dogs? Well, if you do, you'll want to watch our next segment. Stay tuned. Don't you go away. We're just going to eat. You know, there is a special bond that exists between humans and their dogs. And since most dog owners consider their pets to be part of the family, well, they want them to have the best nutrition so that they can stay healthy and live a long time.
They certainly do. And you know, one way to ensure that our dogs receive the vitamins and the minerals they need is to give them supplements. And here to tell us more is Kimberly Foley, General Manager for ilovedogs.com. Hey, Kimberly, thank you so much for being with us.
Kimberly, I love the name of your website.
Oh, yeah.
What is ilovedogs.com?
Our mission at I Love Dogs is to bring health and happiness to dog owners everywhere. Our passion is driven from the special bond that humans have with their four-legged friends. So we are proud sponsors, official sponsor of SPCA International Baghdad Pups, which we're bringing the servicemen and women's dogs home from Iraq.
Oh, that's great.
Another great organization we're sponsoring is AKC USA World Agility Team.
You also have an interactive community of dog lovers on
do.
your site, and I'm sure there's a lot of other great information you can find at ilovedogs.com. Talk to us about that.
Yes, we have lots of news, media, entertainment coverage. We also offer breed specific, if you want to know about breeds, dog grooming. We have medical, nutrition. We offer Ask the Vet that will respond back to within 48 hours. We have traveling and much, much more.
Really useful stuff. And you have brought a line of dog supplements, nutritional supplements that you manufacture. Tell me about this.
Yes, what we've done is all our vitamins and supplements are veterinary formulated. They're all tailored dosage, which means we've broken it down by the weight of your dog. They come in 4 different sizes, small, medium, and large, extra large. We also have blister pack. We're so accustomed to taking tablets from a bottle. So when you open the bottle and you let the air get in, the freshness comes out, you take the little cotton out. So every time you touch another tablet and you put it back in, that's contaminating the bottle. We have moisture in the air. Fingers have oil, might be dirty, so it's all about contamination. Every time we open the bottle and seal it, the air gets in it, so the potency, by the time you're at the end of the bottle, it's just not there. So it keeps the freshness, contamination, and potency, along with our omega-3 that comes in a powder sachet packet. So you would only give them 1 tablet or 1 sachet packet a day. And we also do a rashi, which is Chinese traditional herbal medicine. We've chosen the red mushroom, which there's about 2,000 mushrooms out there. The red mushroom is known to be used for emperors and royalty. It is the #1 herb out there that is higher than ginseng. It offers function for the organs, immunity builder, and it's non-toxic, so you can take it every day.
So this sounds like stuff that we would use as humans. Why is it so important that we give this to our dogs? And why do you think it's so important we give it to our dogs?
Well, it's all about preventative care, preventative medicine. These are all herbs that humans take, and now we've formulated to give them to our pets. So we can have them live longer and we can enjoy their life. And they give us that unconditional love, and we want it back. So the longer we can have them, the more joy that brings into our lives.
So of course, if we need additional nutritional supplements, so do they.
Correct.
Kimberly, thank you so much for being with us today. It's a pleasure. All these products are very, very useful, and they can get them at
ilovedogs.com.
ilovedogs.com. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you, Kimberly. We appreciate it.
know, many of you have heard in the news the story of Andrea Yates, the mother who drowned her 5 children while suffering from postpartum psychosis. Now, initially, she was convicted as a murderer, but 5 years later, she was retried and convicted as criminally insane.
And you know, one of the defense experts in this case is our next guest today, Lucy Puryear, a medical doctor and author of this book, Understanding Your Moods When You're Expecting. She's here with us today to tell us all about women's mental health in relation to their reproductive state. Dr. Puryear, we appreciate you being with us here today. You know, one of the things I'm always concerned about, and I know, you know, I've had 3 boys, is I go through sometimes mental and psychological changes during the pregnancy. Your body changes, your state of mind changes. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think it's important to realize that we have this fantasy that once you get pregnant, it's all easy and everybody's happy and it's smooth sailing. But there's really lots of emotions and psychological challenges to thinking about getting pregnant, being pregnant, and having a newborn.
Now let's talk about normal emotions, normal thoughts and feelings that come up for almost every pregnant woman to reassure women out there that this is kind of to be expected.
The thing I see most often is ambivalence. One day you're so excited that the pregnancy stick turned positive, and the next day you're crying because you think, what have I done? I've ruined my life. And a week later you're excited again. Just that ambivalence and fear about there's this enormous change about to happen in your life, and if you haven't done it before, you have no idea what to expect.
I've talked to a lot of my friends, and I know I went through this myself, where I had weird dreams. I would dream that I left puppies out in the cold, and I was afraid to go back and check on them because I didn't know what happened to the puppies. I'd wake up in a cold sweat panicking, thinking, okay, am I going to do this to my child?
Are you going to be a good mother? That's such a common thing that women worry about. Particularly if you have had a difficult experience with your own mother, you worry, am I going to repeat the past? I've had patients dream that they were giving birth to squirrels, or I mean, just all sorts of
that. Yes,
bizarre things. I think that's the fear and the anxiety about, is the baby going to be okay? Will the child that comes out of me be healthy? Will I be able to take care of it, as in the puppies?
Now, we've been talking about normal expected feelings and emotions that happen during pregnancy, but there's been media attention on postpartum depression, but how much attention have we ever talked about pregnancy depression? Is this common?
It is as common in a pregnant woman as it is in a non-pregnant woman. And I used to be taught that if you were pregnant, you didn't get depressed. Women are more likely than men to get depressed, and at some point 1 out of 4 women in her lifetime will have depression, and that can happen during pregnancy. And the studies show that a lot of women who develop postpartum depression actually started having symptoms during pregnancy, and it needs to be addressed and treated.
Okay, we have very little time left, so in a nutshell, if someone's experienced symptoms of pregnancy depression, what can they do about it?
Go see the doctor. They may just be able to get some therapy to help with the transition and some of the struggles and anxiety they're feeling. Medication can be safe to take when you're pregnant, and being depressed is not good for the fetus. It's often safer to use medication.
True. Good point. Thank you so much. The book, again, is Understanding Your Moods When You're Expecting, a must-read for every pregnant woman. Thanks for being with us today. So you want to lose weight by eating restaurant-quality food? We've got a solution. We're going to tell you how coming up next. An estimated 64% of Americans are overweight, and as the weather gets warmer and bathing suit season rolls in, people start looking for ways to shed those extra pounds. Well, joining me today is my colleague once again, Kathy Peterson. How are you?
I'm good.
We're at our favorite topic, food. And are you doing anything to prepare for bathing suit season?
Every single day.
Yeah, you're a Floridian. You've got to be in shape. Well, here to tell us about a safe and healthy way to maintain a balanced diet, lose weight, and keep it off is bariatric and weight management specialist Dr. Caroline Cedarquist. How are you?
Wonderful.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Why is it so important that we maintain a healthy diet?
Because carrying excess body fat puts us at risk for medical conditions, including high blood pressure, diabetes, certain cancers, and even infertility. So it's important.
Wow. Now, we all want to eat right, but what can we do to get started?
Well, I find that most people do want to eat right, but because our lives are so busy and hectic, we rely on convenience food, restaurant food. And even if we order the healthiest thing on the menu, it ends up having extra fat, extra sodium, and extra calories.
It takes a lot of effort to read all the food labels,
to come home and cook up a beautiful, nutritious meal. What do busy moms like us do?
That's why I created Bistro MD. I used it based on 10 years of clinical practice helping patients lose weight. What we found is that it's just very hard for people to get that all done. What I found is I know how to help people lose weight, but it's not enough that it just have all the right ingredients. We want it to taste great. So we've worked with chefs to come up with real, wonderful, balanced menus that people will enjoy eating.
Now, these Bistro MD comes frozen meals a week at a time, about 20 meals, right?
Yes.
And let's talk about what some of the selections you have today, because this sure doesn't look like diet food.
It looks good to
Well,
me.
this is an example of a breakfast here, egg white omelet with a vegetarian sausage and fruit. This is another one, a sweet roll that actually has added protein, and we actually serve it with a protein hot cocoa.
I hear you talk about protein and protein in the hot cocoa. You really think dieters need a lot of extra protein, right?
It's based on medical fact. When you're trying to lose weight, you need more protein, otherwise your body will break down its own muscle tissues to meet the need, and then you don't lose weight.
So a lunch, high protein lunch choice would be?
It's a Bali chicken, long grain rice, and vegetables. This is actually a dessert, a cheesecake, which actually is only 80
I'll fight
calories.
you over that one.
Is that a high protein cheesecake?
It is indeed.
It is?
yes.
80 calories.
These are one of our entrees. This is a herb encrusted mahi mahi with, again, long grain rice and vegetables.
Beautiful.
And then a cranberry stuffed chicken breast with a cranberry chutney, mixed vegetable blend, and carrots.
So this looks really delicious, but is it really low calorie?
It is indeed. It's a reduced calorie diet, but more important than that, it's the right mix of the macronutrients, the protein, carbohydrates, and fat that I have found through experience and research really allows people to lose fat. Not just weight, but body fat.
Specifically body fat.
Correct.
That's the good news
That's the
that people
key.
want to hear. Okay, where can we go to find out? Because I need to sign up.
Yeah, bistromd.com.
I have some kids to feed. These are good for kids too, right?
Yes, my children eat them, absolutely. If you go to bistromd.com, you can actually get a free diet analysis, and you do not have to sign up for a long period of time. Try it for a week and see if you love it as much as we do.
And it's pretty affordable, right?
Yes, it is, about $20 a day.
Created by a physician who specializes in weight loss. Thanks for being with us. And I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh, reminding you to watch The Balancing Act every weekday morning here on Lifetime Television. Hey, and don't forget to check out thebalancingact.com. We'll be right back.
Get a free hotel night for your next family vacation by earning points on this Visa card. This coupon is yours along with other coupons worth over $200 when you schedule your next stay at Country Inns and Suites. Featuring 450 locations in North America, free breakfast, free in-room high-speed internet, and kid-friendly swimming pools. So book your next stay and upload movies and photos from your vacation for all your relatives to see at www.seeyouontheporch.com.
You know, Danielle, I know we've both said it before.
We have.
Parenting is the hardest job possible.
Oh, is it ever?
And you should know that Danielle has 3 boys under the age of 6, plus a
do.
grown-up husband at home, which is his own work,
That's
I'm
a
sure.
whole other, story.
I'm a single mom. I have 2 daughters, age 5 and 10, but we've got help today. We have Catherine
to have
Hickam,
Catherine
a
here.
motivational speaker, psychotherapist, author and founder of Intentional Motherhood, an organization that helps inspire women to embrace and understand their influences as mothers. Welcome, Catherine. Thank you.
We appreciate you so much being here. And I know, Catherine, one of the things that I deal with off the bat with my 3 boys is guilt. I carry it with me all the time. Did I do enough of this? Oh, I missed this meeting, so does that make me a bad mother? How can we let go of the guilt that I think we feel even more so than the dads? It's something that moms carry around all the time.
I think we need to realize we're not going to be able to do it all, but we need to make our choices to do what we want to do and do it well. And therefore, it's like we can't possibly expand ourselves to be in 10 places at one time. But if we are where we are and we're really there and we can be present and accounted for, we're paying attention, we're listening, we're taking it all in, guess what's going to happen? They're going to know that we know what's going on.
Now, I've heard the term be present with your children.
Right.
So what does that mean?
Don't try to do everything at one time. Quit multitasking all the time. You can't be on the cell phone, be watching them play Little League, trying to make your list for the grocery store, and
I've done that.
That's my
life every day.
it's typically all of our lives. But here's what's happened. When that child's out in the ball field and they're looking over at the stands and they see us on the phone, what they believe is we're really not paying attention to them. And the truth is we're not.
Well, it's funny, as you're saying that, I'm thinking about when I was pregnant with my third child, who is just a year old now. I made an intentional effort to be present because I knew it was the last time. I knew he was my last child. So I made an effort to be there and really soak in the moment. And I guess what you're saying is we need to do the same thing with our children as they continue to grow. But how do you deal, Catherine, with the "I hate you, Mom"?
And you know, that's natural for them not to like you, and it's even natural for them to say it. Now, I have two rules in my home. You may feel anything you want to feel, but you may not be disrespectful, which means you cannot scream at me, and you may not call me names. You are entitled to hate me, and that's fine, because you know what? They don't really understand the word hate. It's an emotion, they're just feeling it at the moment, but don't take it personally. Whatever your children throw at you, do not take it personally.
So you mean it's hard for 5-year-olds to say, "Mother, I'm feeling a little frustrated and angry right now with the consequence that you've given me"? They just say, "I hate you, Mommy," right?
That's what they're going to say, but we can't let it veer us off on the path that making good decisions and choices for them, because that's our job. They're going to have their emotions, and the truth is sometimes we're not going to like them either, but we don't tell them that. But the fact is that's just a part of our intimate relationship. Sometimes you have good days and sometimes you don't. That's a fact, and it's okay if everybody has their feelings, as long as it doesn't change the way we treat each other and truly love each other and make choices that are in their best interest.
Catherine, thanks for being here. I'm Dr. Wendy Walsh. Tomorrow we'll tell you how to shatterproof your marriage. Plus, the Fresh Start Promise author shares her secrets for a total mind, body, and spirit transformation.
And I'm Danielle Knox. A mom on the run gives us some great budget vacation ideas. All this and more on The Balancing Act. We'll see you tomorrow.
Air travel for The Balancing Act provided by Southwest Airlines.